Good morning, everybody. I hope you can actually see me. It is insanely bright out here, but I am soaking up the winter sun while I can because it's so cold in my house. This is going to be a getting ready and resetting and preparing for my second semester because I realized I go back next week Monday. It is currently Tuesday the 14th of July and I go back on the 20th and I have not done anything to prepare. Also, I'm going on a trip in the middle of the semester. When I don't have break, I'm going on a trip, so I really need to be on top of my work so that I don't fall behind during the trip. I need to first start the semester right. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be telling you guys how I reset for a semester, but also how I'm going to stay on top of all my work and how you can also stay on top of all your work and just absolutely crush the next semester. I hope you guys enjoy and I hope you find this useful. Let's just get started. First thing that I did is I went onto Notion, which is what I use to stay on top of all of my coursework and track when I have assignments due, when I have exams, and just like basically everything that I need to know is on Notion. And I renamed my modules because I don't have the same modules as I had last semester, so some of them are the same and some of them are different. So I renamed the ones that are different, and now I'm going to go onto my student portal and I'm going to insert all of my assessment dates and all of my submission dates and all of my exam dates into my calendar on Notion, which is also linked with my Google Calendar, because if I know right now already that I have something due in the middle of August, I will be able to prepare for that. Do not mind the relocation. It got very warm outside, but I forgot to mention that the first thing that you should actually do, that I should actually do, is go through your marks from the previous semester if you have a previous semester that you have already done. If it's like your first semester ever, then this is irrelevant. But I think one of the most important things that you can do when you are trying to further your education is learn from what you've already done and learn from your mistakes and learn what you did well. I think that's a very important thing. Like, see what worked, see what did work, and then see what didn't work, and continue to do the things that did work. Like, you don't have to change your whole entire system and routine every semester because that is not how you build a good foundation. So see what worked and then try to improve on what you noticed didn't work. So if you found that you're like procrastinating in one area, try to work on that. But if you notice that you did really well at making sure that all your quizzes were always done, then notice that you did do well on that, and then you can try and continue that habit for the next semester. So I am just gonna go through my results quickly and just double check and also see like what my lecturers had to say and their feedback, because that's a very important thing, is to learn from what others are like telling you. The next thing that I'm going to be doing, which I highly recommend you do if you are also cooking for yourself, this is kind of irrelevant if your meals are provided or if you're not the one doing the cooking, but one of the most helpful things that I found during my first semester was having a meal plan that I would follow throughout the week. Obviously, I could stray from it. Like, if one of my friends was like, for lunch, we're going out, do you want to join me? I'd be like, yes. I'm not going to be like, no, I have to go home and eat my chicken and sweet potato. But knowing that I have chicken and sweet potato prepared, usually because I would prepare it on Monday. I have it prepared, it's in the fridge, and I don't have to think, now what am I going to go home and eat? You know, it takes away so much stress, which you don't think that planning meals is stressful until you have to do it every single day and you realize it's a full-time job keeping yourself alive. Deciding what meals to eat every meal of every day can give you such decision fatigue. And so I found that if I plan it, I'll show you what my meal planner looks like. I plan it at the end of each week. Like, I'll just sit down when I have time and energy and I'm not like overwhelmed with other things. Or sometimes I'll do it when I need like a little bit of a break from studies. I will open my meal planner. I will plan out what I'm going to meal prep and cook the following week, and then at the end of the week I will go out and buy all the fresh produce that I need, and I'll also check like in my pantry what of the like other ingredients I might need. Insert a screen recording on my from my iPad over here of what it looks like, but basically I will go through and plan, and most of the time it's kind of boring. My meals for the week will be very repetitive, but as someone that doesn't mind that, like it doesn't bother me. But I know you can also like prep chicken, and then each meal that you eat the chicken, you can eat it like in a different variation. But if you don't mind the repetitiveness, then it also doesn't really matter. Another thing that really helps me prepare is to not make the biggest deal about preparing for the next semester, because if you psych yourself out and make yourself like go sit down at your desk and like pull out 4 notebooks and your iPad and your laptop, and now you're gonna start planning your next semester, it can just seem like so much, and like the actual thought of it can become very overwhelming, especially since you've been on break and so you've been enjoying your time off. So currently what I'm doing is I'm sitting outside in the sun, because I try to get daily sunlight in every day, and I'm sitting here and on my phone I'm just making a note about the things that I know I need stationery wise and for my apartment when I go back to where I stay during the semester. And it's just like doing little things every day in preparation for going back that are going to make the biggest impact, rather than stressing yourself out and then you end up procrastinating actually preparing going back. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but it does not always need to be the biggest thing, planning out and like preparing. I'm back at my desk to talk about the next thing that I am doing to prepare, and that is I am going onto my student portal and my student material, and I am downloading all of my module overviews so that I have them, so that when I am in my lectures and they start talking about the module and they start jumping into the coursework, I have it all there and I don't have to be like scrambling to look for it. This was something that I didn't do my first semester because I didn't know where to access everything, but now that I know where everything is on our student like website, I am downloading everything beforehand so that I have it. And along with that, I am also going through and I am preparing my uni bag. This is my uni bag. I think it's from literally Mr. Price. Like, it does not need to be fancy. In the future, I would love to invest in like a better quality, but I love this bag. And in this bag, I have my laptop bag, which I genuinely leave in here. It's like a divider basically. And then I also have all of the cables and adapters and chargers that I might need, as well as my adapter so that I can present when we have to do presentations and stuff. Which this, if you don't have one of these, this is genuinely one of the most beneficial and helpful things that I've ever bought. Like genuinely worth every cent that I have spent on this thing. I love my adapter. This is a 9-in-1 adapter. 10 out of 10 purchase right here. And then in my uni bag I also have a snack, which I just leave this in here just in case I'm ever feeling like my blood sugar is dropping. I will leave this in here, which this is literally a baby food pouch. And unfortunately, it is my guilty pleasure. I love Woolworths cinnamon and apple baby food pouches. I actually have like 6 of them in my cupboard, more at my apartment, one in my uni bag. They're perfect. They are always perfect. And then I'll also put gum in here. Then each day when I'm going to uni, I'll put water in this bag. And I also have hand sanitizer on the side. So that is, oh. And I also have lip peptides, which basically it's something for my lips, because the worst thing is getting to university in the morning and your lips are dry, and then they're dry for the entire day unless someone else happens to have Vaseline or something. So those things are always in my bag. They never leave. And then I also have a pencil. I love mechanical pencils. I will never be without a mechanical pencil. There's also like 3 in my handbag at all times. I don't know, there's just something about a mechanical pencil. And then my absolute go-to pen is this one. I think it's like 10 Rand from P&A. It is called Papermate Ink Joy, and I love it. It's my signature pen. I write the best with this pen. I adore her. And I highly recommend finding a pen that you can use as like your pen, and every time you write with that pen you write well, because there's something so chic about having a pen. I am currently going to go onto my student website and download all the module overviews, and also I am going to, on my iPad, put in what the dates are for what weeks of the semester, because they don't put dates on our like module overviews. They like put it into weeks, so it says like week 1, week 2. So I just need to correlate what week 1 is and what the dates are for week 1.